Recently, there has been a movement for what's called collaborative law or collaborative divorce. This is not something I'm a huge fan of for most people, but I'm going to tell you about it. And you should probably do some research on this on your own if you're interested, because I'm probably a little bit biased against it and not the best person to tell you any benefits of the process. But collaborative law, the theory behind it is that there is less litigation and more cooperation. At the beginning of the collaborative law process, each spouse is going to sign an agreement that requires them to fire their lawyer if they want to file a lawsuit and litigate their divorce. Usually, what happens is there are, after both spouses sign a collaborative law agreement with a lawyer, there's going to be a series of meetings, basically mini mediations with the lawyers and each spouse, and usually a independent accountant, sometimes even an independent therapist. And over a series of meetings, the different aspects of a divorce settlement are derived. Some people like this. The theory is that there's not really a pending lawsuit and not an overhanging threat of litigation. I think if both people are financially stable and have a good working knowledge of their finances, then collaborative divorce can be an option. But I really don't believe it is much different than how a lot of divorces are settled through the mediation process, which is where I find probably 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4 of my divorces that I handle settle very quickly. And the reason for that is this: through the collaborative process, you still have to hire a lawyer, you still exchange financial records, you still go through a process that's basically the same as mediation. If the case is resolved, you still have to file a divorce lawsuit. You still have to go to a final court hearing where a judge approves of the divorce. All of those things happen in a regular divorce lawsuit settled early on through mediation, even mediation that can take place before the lawsuit's actually filed. But when you do collaborative divorce, there are a few distinct disadvantages in my view. A lot of the strategy that works into having a divorce over with quickly and on fair terms is completely blown. Also, when there's collaborative divorce, your lawyer is not going to have subpoena power, meaning they can't go to other people and demand records with the power of a subpoena that requires people to give a response or show cause in court as to why they don't have to give documents. So if you don't have a really good knowledge of all of the marital assets and liabilities and your spouse controls everything, you're really, by doing collaborative divorce, completely trusting your spouse to be forthcoming about everything. And in many situations, the reason you're in a divorce to begin with is because your spouse is not forthcoming about everything. So you're trusting a person that can't be trusted sometimes to be forthcoming about what might be the most important issue to them, and that's their money. So collaborative divorce requires you to trust your spouse at a time when things are going to be hard and your marriage is going apart. And another reason I have concerns about collaborative divorce is what I call a sunk cost fallacy. And here's what I mean. If you're involved with a collaborative divorce, you're going to pay the same amount of money likely that you're going to pay lawyers to settle a case when you would through mediation. But if you get stuck in the collaborative law process, meaning you and your spouse cannot agree on a settlement, then you each have to fire your lawyers and essentially start all over again with another attorney. And you're going to have to file the divorce lawsuit. There's going to be a couple months of time. You're going to have to wait to exchange a lot of the financial records if they haven't all been exchanged yet. And it could be over a year or more before you can get into court for a trial to have things over with, and then maybe even another several months for the judge to rule if there's a trial. And all this stuff when you're sitting there at the end of the collaborative divorce process. And sometimes for people, especially if they don't have access to all of the assets, they feel like they have to settle for a bad deal because it's just going to take too long, or they've already spent too much money, and the cost of doing it right is going to be in their head too much. And if you go through the divorce in a regular manner, not the collaborative process, you can't settle your case at mediation. You just keep going and pick up where you left off, and you don't have to worry about it taking so long. You don't have to get a new lawyer who has to learn all the details of everything. You can notice a trial, or maybe even be closer to a trial with an end date that's a lot closer and a lot cheaper. So I'm probably biased against this, but you can find out more by doing the internet searches on collaborative divorce. I tell people that if they want to do their divorce in a manner that has an eclectic negotiating process with regular meetings that involve counselors in a touchy-feely manner, they ought to just go to marriage counseling. You still have the counselor, you still have the regular meetings, and the extra bonus is you might actually save your marriage without getting divorced. So I guess that's my thoughts on collaborative law for what they are worth.
We here at the Bruce Law Firm hope this video has been helpful to you, and briefly want to highlight a few other resources we've put together that might be beneficial as you think more about divorce and try to learn more about it. We have a website, divorceinformationbooks.com. That's divorceinformationbooks.com. And when you go to that page, you will be able to download all of the books that our firm has made available for free on different topics related to divorce, getting organized for divorce, controlling a difficult divorce, divorce strategy. We've got a Florida law guide and a Florida procedure guide on there. A load of helpful information, all for free, that you can download and read in the comfort of your own home, and also request for us to mail to you for free. So check it out, divorceinformationbooks.com. And we have another website. It's hurtforthelast.time.com, and that will take you to our law firm's guide on how to divorce a controlling or narcissistic husband. We represent both men and women at the Bruce Law Firm, but one of our particular areas of focus is representing women who are leaving an emotionally abusive relationship from a controlling husband who has a personality disorder. It's a very unique type of situation that we like to think we do well, and we've put together a book on that particular type of issue that any women in that situation would certainly benefit from. In terms of what you do now, a few action steps at least suggested by us. Before you do anything, if you haven't done it yet, you should go see a really good therapist and see if it's possible to save your marriage, or at least come to terms with whether for you the best thing to do is move on from your marriage. And if you don't know any really good therapists, we have a website, staymarriedflorida.com, and has a lot of great ones in the South Florida area. If you don't see a therapist in your location, please reach out to us and we'll do our best to connect you to one. A few different steps going forward. Number one, before you get divorced, you need to try to envision and define the life that you want to have after the divorce, and come up with a strategy for how you pursue the divorce. And we have a book on that. ControlYourDifficultDivorce.com will take you to it. The second thing you need to be doing in conjunction with finding out the type of life you want to live and trying to figure out how you approach the divorce is learn a little bit more about the laws that apply to a divorce in Florida, and you're doing that right now. We've got a book that covers everything. FloridadivorceLawGuide.com will take you to it. It's a free book by the firm. The next thing you need to do if you're starting to feel that divorce really is the right option for you is start getting organized. There's financial information that you're going to need to gather. It's a little bit of work, but it certainly can be done and should be done before the divorce process starts. Before you see a lawyer, you need to do your best to get organized for divorce, and go to getorganizedfordivorce.com. We've got a book just on that particular topic. It's geared towards women, but just as helpful towards men, so check it out. And the final step before you do anything, you should read our book on divorce lawyers and how to find them, all you need to know about divorce lawyers. It's all about divorcelawyers.com. That book highlights situations for when you should consider having an attorney to help you with your divorce, how to go about finding an attorney that's right for you in your particular situation, and then how to work with that attorney and make sure that they're hearing you and understand your goals, and that you're working efficiently with them so that the costs are as reasonable as possible. If this video was helpful to you, we'd certainly love if you could share the video with anybody you think might be in need. Divorce is difficult, but it's much easier when people have access to the information needed to dispel the myths common to divorce. There's a lot out there on the internet, and it could be kind of scary. We like to think that the videos we've put together on our website and on our YouTube channel are going to be helpful for everyone, so please share. If you're seeing this and you have a question that comes to mind, please do not hesitate to send it to us. We will do our best to respond to your question. Send an email to questions@brucepa.com, and we'll do our best to answer it. Sending us a question does not create an attorney-client relationship with our law firm. We're not your attorney just because you send us a question, but if you do send us one, we'll do our best to respond, and it might even be something we can turn into a follow-up question and answer video similar to this to help other people in your situation. My name is Christopher Bruce, and my firm is limited to divorce and family law in South Florida, and there's a lot of great lawyers in the South Florida area. We like to think our firm is pretty good at what we do. If you think we might be a good fit for your situation, we welcome your inquiry. What we do is we have a consultation and strategy session typically to determine if we're the right fit for our clients, and in that session we do our best to give a client an understanding of all the laws that apply to their situation. We answer all of the client's questions, and we give them an actionable strategy. It's very helpful for learning what your rights are. And if you'd like to set something like that up, you can call our offices at 561-810-0170. And there's a nominal charge for the meeting, but we like to think it's well worth it. Just as a little bit of a disclaimer, this video is not a substitute for a competent divorce lawyer. You should consult with a qualified divorce lawyer before you take any action, and this video does not create an attorney-client relationship between you and the Bruce Law Firm. We hope this video was helpful. There's more on the website and on YouTube. Thanks for watching.